I'm hitting the road for more grand days out around our beautiful country.
It's picture postcard perfect.
And as always, taking me every mile of the way, my hard-working little camper van.
Do you like my van?
Named after one of my favourite people, Helen Mirren.
Well done, Helen, you superstar.
She's the perfect travelling companion. For great adventures.
Well, hi.
All across the country. I'll be going all out.
Oh, wow.
To find breathtaking places.
Look at this. It is stunning.
Explore hidden treasures.
You're blowing my mind. You're blowing my mind.
And meet wonderful people.
Yeah!
It's a celebration of some amazing sights.
I'm loving this.
Both big.
Look at that. Spectacular.
And small.
Oh, that's amazing.
So come and join me.
Start it.
On my grand days out. This time, I'm celebrating all the weird and wonderful ways I've travelled on land and sea over the years on my grand days out.
Come on.
And Helen and I go on an exciting new adventure.
That's the whistle of the train.
There's a Calman's greatest hits.
Am I on the right course?
Yeah, you're doing absolutely great.
As I remember some of our wonderful trips across the country.
Pew, 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 pew.
We've been on so many grand days out over the years, and this time is no exception. Today I'm in West Lothian with my cute companion.
Helen and I have had a wonderful time travelling around the country. She's literally been my driving force. And in this box here is wonderful memories, are some of the maps of the places we've been to. So Bristol and Bath, that was lovely. Yorkshire, that's got its own section. Yorkshire, love it.
No need for maps today though. As you know, I love pootling around in my camper van, but today I'm going solo. My pint-sized adventure starts on the banks of the Firth of Forth in Scotland. I'm at Bo'ness and Canal Railway, which is home to the Museum of Scottish Railways, and it's where heritage trains are restored to their former glory.
Can't believe I've not been here before. You rest up, Helen. I'll do the walking.
I've been told there are a few amazing trains in here. Time for a wander.
Now, little makes me happier than a warehouse full of trains.
There's even one that was once a familiar sight in my hometown's underground.
That looks to me, yep, that's a Glasgow Corpy. Because you can tell by the crest. Let Glasgow flourish.
Such an incredible museum. There are 160 fabulous vehicles in this collection.
Now, I recognise that in a heartbeat. That's the old Caledonian sleeper train. I used to be on that train 2 or 3 times a week. And then it's just beautiful, beautiful steam engines here.
I want to find out everything I can about these incredible trains. Museum Director Becky is here to fill me in.
Hi there, Becky. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Oh, I'm amazing because I'm here. This is a wonderful, wonderful place. I actually grew up, I lived beside a train station. That's partly where my love comes from, because every day there were trains going in and out, and then at night the freight trains would go past. And I grew up with the sound of the railway. That's why I love it. Why do you love this place and trains and the railways so much?
So I've always loved history. I kind of fell into loving trains. I didn't start loving trains.
What are your favourites? If you can have a favourite, if you can have a favourite.
So we're actually stood in front of one at the moment. So this is Maud.
Maud?
Maud actually served in the First World War in France. So she was sent from Scotland over to France.
Built in Glasgow in 1891 as a long-distance freight train, Maud was deployed to the Western Front transporting food water and ammunition.
So that's why she's got, obviously, the wreath on it. And it's really a testament to all of those soldiers, as well as the railwaymen that were sent over to France. And it's really lovely to have such an iconic locomotive as part
That's
of our
really
collection.
special, isn't it?
Another favourite of Becky's is the very distinctive Royal Mail travelling post office, which ran until 2004.
Wow, Becky.
Yes,
Oh,
welcome to the travelling post office.
this is absolutely brilliant.
And with no time to waste, the mail was organised as the train sped on its way.
So they're sorting mail. So it's not just nicely sorted letters, is it? They were actually doing the job on the train.
Yeah. So you'd find your letter and then you'd have to put it in the right slot. And if you don't get it in the right slot, it takes another 24 hours for that post to reach its destination. So it was really critical to get it correct the first time.
London.
There we go.
And for an authentic experience, they've left some letters in need of sorting. The stakes are high.
I'm gonna lose my job. I'm gonna lose my job.
It's certainly a test for the eyes. And the legs. Though I dare say the journey flew by.
Thank you so much, Becky. It's been lovely to chat to you. I've heard about this train throughout my life and I'm finally on it, and you've got all of these little bits and pieces. It's a beautiful thing.
Spending time with all of these tremendous trains has reminded me of a quirky trip I took, not by rail this time, but by sea on the South Devon coast.
I've been on a lot of different types of transportation on my adventure, and there's one more I want to experience. Now, to get there, I have to get on a ferry, but that's not what I'm looking forward to. It's something even more special. Hi there.
Good afternoon.
Hiya.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you very much indeed. I'll just pop on.
My destination lies minutes away down the stunning Salcombe-Kingsbridge estuary. There's no jetty at the spectacular South Sands beach, so they use this peculiar contraption for the last leg of the journey. This sea tractor is said to be only one of 2 such vehicles in the entire country.
How are you doing?
I'm very well, how are you?
Great.
And Jake Morgan here has the privilege of driving it.
I've read about them. Agatha Christie
Yeah.
talks about sea tractors.
Yeah.
And in some of the adaptations of our books, you'll see one of these. It's quite a beautiful, old-fashioned way of getting to the beach.
Yeah. Kids go crazy
Well, that's
for
what I was
it.
going to say.
Not just kids.
So how do you drive it? Is it quite simple?
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Would you like to come and have a look? This little stick to push it forward to go forward, push it back to go back, very gently.
Yeah,
We've got a little throttle to give us some revs.
right.
Handbrake's currently on, so handbrake would go off.
Put the handbrake back on, Jake. Put the handbrake back on.
As I'm the only passenger today, Jake is giving me a special honour.
So I'm going to have a go at driving the sea tractor. I'm going to get as far as I feel comfortable because there's a lot of people on that beach. And then Jake might take over for the rest of it. It's really exciting. 'Cause, I mean, when do you get to drive a sea tractor? When? No, that's the answer. Let's have a go.
Ease into it, be firm but gentle.
So some revs.
Give it some revs. Go on, really whack the revs up. That's it, go on.
Built for depth rather than speed, I'm told this gangly beast can hit 4 miles an hour.
And you can just stay at that speed if you're comfortable.
Yeah, I'm very comfortable.
All
I'm
right.
very comfortable.
But I think this rookie sea tractor driver best take it gently today.
Evel Knievel's got nothing on you.
Steady on, Jake. I'm already nervous enough.
Am I on the right course?
course.
Yeah, you're doing absolutely great. You see that little puddle in front of us?
Yeah?
Try and go over the top of that.
So am I going left a bit then?
Just left a little bit. That's it. Maybe a little bit more. Okay,
Yes.
that's perfect. Now, all the way up to the beach. Doing a great job. You give it a little bit more revs if you want. That's it. Here we go. Told you it was quite straightforward.
Am I okay on course?
Yeah, a little bit right hand down. That's it.
Driving this monster in a straight line is one thing.
Now, Jake, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ease back.
Yeah.
Parking it is yet another. So it's over to you, Jake.
So nervous doing that. There's loads of people watching as well. It's like sitting my driving test for the first time.
Ta-da!
Oh, Jake, thank you. You were so lovely as well.
No problem. My absolute pleasure.
Was that all right?
Yeah, really good. Really good. I think we found a new crew member.
I've just driven a sea tractor. Whew. Thanks, Jake.
Without killing anyone.
Yeah. I think I need to sit down.
That's a very low bar for success, but I'm glad I measured up. Coming up, I get another dream job.
You're in control of the railways.
And remember the time Helen and I went for a record?
Come on, 20.
I love travelling around exploring the UK by land and sea. I'm looking back at some of the wonderful grand days out I've had with my brilliant little camper van, Helen. And having a micro adventure on land at the Bowness and Canal Railway, where there's still a working train service. Just now, I'm heading to meet volunteer Sarah in the nerve centre of the railway, where she's going to be giving me my instructions for the day. This old-style signal box is still used today, telling drivers when it's safe to go.
This place is magical, isn't it?
It's
We're in
lovely,
the...
isn't it?
Tell me about how you've ended up here.
My mum used to work on the railway. My dad worked on the railway. They met. My granddad works on the railway.
Wow, so it's in your blood. It's in your blood.
Captured by the warmth, the brightness of this place.
It's still referred to as a signalman, is that right? That's still a signalman.
So on the mainline railway, you're referred to as a signaller,
A signaller.
as in the badge.
So you're the signaller. Wonderful. So you're the signaller. And so these levers here control the points, is that right?
The points and the signals.
This is a safety feature. Connecting the points and the signals means that a train cannot be signalled to go unless points are correctly set.
It seems to me that this must be one of the best things in the world to be doing as a volunteer.
It's lovely. You're in a nice, warm, bright place.
fire is
You are in
beautiful.
control of the railway.
You're in control of the railways.
But for today only, I'm in charge of the railways, under Sarah's guidance, of course. Our train is waiting to leave, and we need to ready the track.
You put the entire cloth behind the latch,
Yep.
pull the latch without moving the lever, releases it, and you can come. So,
Okay.
okay.
So I've got that,
Yep,
and then I pull it.
all the way, and that's it.
That
And
was
you see how it
wonderful.
locks in.
And then you're going to do
And
20.
I can do 20. You see, this shows that it's off, and that shows that it's locked.
So the train's about to depart. Sarah's just over at the window, and this little display here shows the train moving along. So we get to see the steam train departing after pulling the signals.
I hope I got it right.
That's the whistle of the train! It's moving away now.
Oh, loads of people on the train waving back. Hello. Thank you, Sarah. Saw the steam train, pulled the signal, job done.
I love the gentle pace of station life, but sometimes on my travels, it's all about the action. Which reminds me of the time Helen and I had a high-octane adventure on a very special beach in Wales. The perfectly flat sand at the seaside resort of Pendine is the spiritual home of the UK's land speed records. So get ready, Helen.
Oh, I've been in a bouncier car in my entire life.
Linda Cood from Pendine's Museum of Speed is joining me on the beach to pass on a few racing tips. Yes, that's right, myself and Helen are going to make our own mark on the hallowed record-breaking sands.
Hi, Linda. Hi. It's a bit windy. Tell me about Pendine. Why is it so special?
Pendine is 7 miles of beautiful, long, straight, flat sand, which is ideal for racing cars on.
So the reason why this beach is so good for those kind of things is not only its length and its breadth, but the sand itself, is that right?
That's right. It's a special shape of sand which basically sticks together to make the surface flat and suitable for racing on, which means that there aren't lots of divots for the racing drivers to contend with.
This beach has seen so many speed records, hasn't it?
It's seen a lot of land speed records, and they're still being made on a regular basis even now.
It's nearly 100 years since these sands became a magnet for racers chasing the world land speed record. Malcolm Campbell became the fastest man on Earth here several times in the 1920s, most famously getting up to 174 miles per hour in 1927. He would continue his record-breaking in America throughout the 1930s, but his 1927 record at Pendine remained the top speed achieved on these sands until 2015.
So what is the current record on this beach?
The current record on this beach is over 200 miles an hour. Wow. And that was set by the late Zeph Eisenberg.
Any unusual speed records set here?
I think probably the most unusual has been the fastest shed.
The fastest shed?
The fastest shed. I was over 100 miles an hour.
I am not known for my love of speed, Linda. I'm very much a lady who likes to experience life at a glacial pace. However, Helen, that's my camper van, she's good, isn't she?
Yeah, she's beautiful.
She has broken down occasionally, and I think this is an opportunity for me to prove to the world and Helen herself how she can go. So if I was to try and do this, any tips or hints for me?
Allow yourself time to speed up, but you've also got to allow yourself time to brake and slow down.
Okay.
That's why people come to this beach. You have space to speed up and slow down.
I have faith in Helen, and I know you have as well.
Good luck.
Right then.
Helen has permission for her own little record attempt today. She and I are a great team, but frankly, anything over 20 miles per hour would be a bonus.
So I'm all ready to go, I think. Wee bit intimidating, but that's okay. I can do it. And Helen can do it too. You can do it, sweetie. I know you can. Just try your best. I don't expect anything from you, so anything more than that is a bonus. I love you, I believe in you. You are wanted, you are loved. Bobble hat on. Seatbelt on. Window up. Susan to control. Beach is clear, ready for land speed record. Over. Copy, breaker, breaker.
Control to Susan, ready for land speed record. Go, go, go.
Susan is go, Helen is go. Come on. 20. 25. I'm gonna get above 30. I'm gonna get above 30. I'm gonna get above 30. Come on, come on, come on.
That might not sound much, but on this beach, on a day like this, it feels like flying.
Come on, Helen, 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 Helen. Oh.
She's done me proud. Every second of that felt like a triumph.
Susan to control, can I have a speed check for the run?
to 29 miles per hour.
Thank you, Control. That is a land speed record for a van called Helen Mirren on these sands. Thank you.
Well, technically that's right.
She's done a good job, Helen, but I think I'll go and park her up for a bit. She needs a wee rest, so... Oh, I'm awful proud of her, though. 29 miles an hour. Pew, pew, pew! Yeah? Woo-hoo-hoo!
Luckily, like me, Helen generally likes to take it easy when she's exploring. She is brilliant and I love going on grand days out with her. She indulges some of my more unexpected whims.
Oh, tractor, tractor. Oh, he was a handsome Welshman. Oh, he was lovely. A bit of a thing for farmers, big beardy farmers. That'll come as a surprise to many people, including my mother, who's probably watching this.
And sometimes I like to pamper her with some much-deserved TLC.
The only way that Helen Mirren should be cleaned, strange sentence, is by hand. The clean bit's showing up the dirty parts.
We get treated like VIPs.
Hey, here we go. Exciting. It's quite dramatic, this, actually. It's like I've got my own motorcade, like the President of the United States. Eyes on POTUS, eyes on POTUS.
There's always a bit of work to do.
One of the glorious quirks about Helen is that the engine and all of the accoutrements it's basically under the front seat. So, here we go. This is where you get to appreciate the deep, throaty purr that Helen makes when you start her up.
But it's always a lot of fun.
This is one of my favourite childhood memories, swing ball. It was often the way to settle any family disputes. You know, long car ride, arguments happen. Forehand! I love swing ball.
Helen may have a good few miles on the clock, but she never gets old. Coming up, I travel in style.
Piece of tea. Wee bit of cake.
But then I always do.
In my head, I'm on a giant lily pad, you see.
I'm having a mini adventure with my faithful companion. We're remembering some of our wonderful grand days out on land and sea. I'm in West Lothian on the banks of the River Forth, exploring the Bo'ness and Canal Railway Museum. It even has trains that move, and it's frankly fabulous.
I always love getting on a steam train for loads of reasons, but mainly because it always feels like the start of an adventure. The whistle is blown, the train is off.
This beautiful old girl is almost 70 years old. She was built in Leeds and worked in a Fife colliery. And this incredible heritage railway uses the sidings that serviced Bo'ness docks up until the late 1950s.
I quite like a train that creaks and squeaks. Hello! You know what I mean? You know you're on a train.
This railway travels along the side of the Forth River and takes in some beautiful views.
I've picked the right side to sit on. Because that there, that's the Forth estuary. Bo'ness is over there. I'm notorious for my train snacks. I was on the, I think, 8:55 train from Glasgow to London. And I went to the shops and I had my lunch, I bought my lunch, and I'd eaten it by 8:45, the train hadn't left. That's my record for eating my lunch. before the train left. But I brought myself a cake because I think a cup of tea and a slice of cake on a train, especially a steam train, is just it's the absolute business. So, wee sip of tea. Wee bit of cake. I agree.
I've heard that you can request a stop. So I've asked that we halt at Canal, an old colliery station.
Finished my tea, which is handy, because it's almost my stop. Don't rush, Susan, don't rush.
But I really do love these old steam trains and the idea of requesting a stop. But now that the train has gone...
Right, right. It's a request stop. Haven't really thought it through. Thought there'd be a station here. It's a request stop. There's a bench. So it's fine though, it's fine. The best thing about going on an adventure is going a little bit kind of, you know, off-piste, a little, what's going on? Where am I? So, I mean, I do need to find Helen though. That is, I mean, she's not easily camouflaged, is she? Helen! 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 Helen!
The adventures I go on are always amazing, come rain or shine. And on my trip to the Peak District, there was a bit of both.
So, the weather has been somewhat temperamental during my visits to the Peak District. It is, at the moment, just raining a little bit. We're going to do some outdoor activities on the water, hence the wetsuit. So, it's double the fun.
Not only full of charm and character, Matlock Bath is also popular with fun seekers, like me.
Hello! I'm in a wetsuit.
It doesn't hurt to state the obvious, even to the likes of John Best, who sees wetsuits every day as a water sport instructor.
I understand you do water sports. I'm here to do tubing. What is tubing?
You're going to sit in this this ring here as you're floating down some of the rapids, small rapids.
Now, that word, dangerous word to use. By that you mean just a gentle, just a slight increase?
Yeah, I would describe it as a lazy river.
Is this perfect for someone who's not high octane?
It is ideal for you. You'll love it. It's
Are
great
you
fun.
sure?
Yes. I'm going to be on the water to help keep you safe.
Okay,
You'll be fine.
let's go tubing. That's a new catchphrase. Social media, hashtag action Calman, let's go tubing. Come on then, let's go tubing.
Let's go.
I did a Breakfast Club punch there.
Rubber Donut Club, more like it, because that's what's going to carry me nearly 2 miles down this challenging-looking river.
The heavens have opened, so there's a beautiful moment where the river and the skies are merging together to create the strangest experience I think I've ever had. Look at it!
Time to brave a rapid. All I can say is, I'm glad John's here.
Can I hold on to you while we go down the first one? Is that okay?
Hold on to your instructor.
Bit nervous. A lot nervous. Oh, picking up speed, picking up speed. Picking up speed.
I got you.
Thank you. I love you. I don't say that to a lot of men.
I expect I'll just need to go with the flow.
You okay?
Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. 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 Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I survived my first rapid.
Okay, that wasn't too bad actually. That was great.
And I'm now approaching my second set.
Oh. Okay. Okay. It's all fine. It's all fine.
Luckily, I feel safe knowing that John has my back.
I mean, it's actually good. What you did? You absolute maniac! What you did? That's all. pushed me. That was quite thrilling, though.
Thanks to John, I'm rapidly getting into this adventure stuff. And the mixed weather.
Look at that. Oh my goodness. And it is a beautiful way to see this part of the Peak District. And I've loved every single second of it. I mean, look how relaxed I am. In my head, I'm on a giant lily pad, you see. And I'm a tiny frog.
And sometimes my grand days out are more extreme and involve a leap of faith, like the time I was in Pembrokeshire at the Blue Lagoon.
Wow! Blimmin' Nora! And how do you actually get to it? Are you going to go that way, round the coast? Can you get that way?
You can, yeah. So you can coast steer along and you can scramble along all the rocks and jump and swim and whatnot.
Pardon, hold on, what is coast steering?
Scramble climbing along the rocks, so a bit of sea level traversing. It's more like everything your parents told you not to do at the beach as a child, so...
Oh, I'm already excited! When I was on the beach with my mum and dad, you know, your mum always sounds like, right, Susan, make sure you only go as far as we can see you, don't go near those rocks. You go near the rocks, don't you?
And beyond.
Coast steering is a high-octane sport that originated in this area in the 1980s. The steep cliffs and deep water in the Blue Lagoon make this unique corner of Wales a mecca for adrenaline junkies. Some of it is quite extreme, so it's always best to try with an experienced guide like Cleo. I haven't swum in the sea since I was 8 years old, and now we're talking cliff jumping.
Look, I'm genuinely I'm a bit terrified, but I'm also really excited by it.
I love it.
Wiggle your way down. Wiggle my way down. Okay, here we go.
And I seem to have drawn a crowd.
Hi, everyone.
Look, there's loads of people!
Deep breath.
Oh, no, I'm really, really frightened now.
Honestly, just take that big deep breath. It really does help.
Come on, Susan, just do it, just do it, just do it, just do it, just do it. Oh, God, I'm so frightened. Okay. 1, 2. Okay, I'm going this time, okay. Okay.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys.
One small step for mankind, but one giant leap for a Calman. Helen and I have enjoyed adventures up and down the country, and sometimes the amazing places I go to bring out my inner thespian. Whether that's inspiration from Shakespeare himself,
To be or not to be? That is the question.
terrifying Hitchcock classics, or fantastic childhood adventures.
Off with your head!
Even much-loved books like The Railway Children.
Helen. My Helen. Oh.
It's amazing to let your imagination run wild on a grand day out. Coming up, I try and catch a duck.
Oh, hang on a second. I mean, this is the tensest television anyone's ever watched.
And marvel at an iconic view.
I've got my first glimpse of the White Cliffs of Dover, and they're absolutely stunning.
I've had so many grand days out on land and sea, and I'm reminiscing about those brilliant times. One of them involved digging a bit deeper in Kent.
Not that long ago, I had some building work being done in my house, and the builders left a digger in my garden over the weekend, and I jokingly said, "Can I have a go at the digger?" And they said no. And we've got a GPS tracker on it, and we'll know if you've driven it. But that's okay, because as soon as I knew I was coming to this neck of the woods, I knew that there was one place I had to come.
opened in 2000, Diggerland has taken disused industrial land and turned it into an outrageous theme park for machine enthusiasts, big and small. I can't wait to get my hands on the big toys, but not before I get a bit of training from Amy.
Ready? So turn it on.
Okay.
Perfect. Push it forwards. That's it. So bring your arm out and now bring it back towards you.
The aim of this exciting game is to give me a feel for a full-sized digger. And it seems hook-a-duck is a good way to do that.
Slow and steady is key.
Ah! How do I bring it forward?
Your right arm.
Oh, hang on a second.
You're so close.
Oh! I mean, this is the tensest television anyone's ever watched. Right, up a bit, up a bit, up a bit, up a bit. I mean, I'm nearly there. Right, and down. I need to go forward a wee bit, don't I?
Yep. And then come down with your right
Oh,
hand.
just for the love of all!
This is starting to get personal.
That's it. Oh, and then up. Yes!
One duck, nailed!
Amy looks as relieved as I am, and clearly I've proved I'm ready for the next level. And this mighty beast is the next level.
Make sure you hold on, please.
If only my builders could see me now.
Push forward.
Never mind a duck, you could hook a pterodactyl in this one. Time to put my training into action.
I am amazing. Oh, ho, ho, ho!
In the right hands, this machine can move hundreds of tons of soil a day.
Well, that's a lovely noise, isn't it? Here we go.
But in the wrong hands, it can drive a person mad with power.
Pew, 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 pew!
I could do this all day, but Helen might get jealous.
No, I love Helen. I've got another wee kind of childish dream that maybe she's like a transformer. Maybe one day I'll just be driving her and she'll turn into a massive digger like this. You never know, do you?
But in case she doesn't,
Oh, ho, ho, ho!
I might just stay here a little longer. I've tried a lot of different ways to get around on land and sea, and one that stands out gave me a different perspective on an iconic British view and a memorable grand day out.
It was quite sedate up until a moment ago. We're just coming out of the main marina and I've got my first glimpse of the white cliffs of Dover. And they're absolutely stunning. In life, there's often things that are both quite intimidating and quite comforting at the same time, and that's what this is. Seeing it from this perspective is really quite different because it's rising out of the sea, it's natural, but it's just cemented, I think, in people's minds. It's just an iconic view. And it's only when you get this close to it you see the scale of them, actually, and how important this place was.
These formidable cliffs are said to have once deterred Julius Caesar. But the proximity of Europe meant this coastline has long been under the threat of attack. Over hundreds of years, a labyrinth of tunnels and bunkers have been carved into the soft chalk under Dover and the surrounding cliffs. But the effects of coastal erosion mean some of them are now being revealed.
As part of what's happening with nature, the openings of them are being exposed, and it's one of those incredible things about history that I love. You see something, but underneath, there's a whole different story.
And a major part of the story of these cliffs came during the Second World War.
Things sometimes spark an immediate memory or a feeling, and this reminds me of my granny, Grace. And she was living in Glasgow in the Second World War. We used to play in her bomb shelter she still had in her back garden, her Anderson shelter, and she would talk about what it was like. And one of the things she always talked about was the song, The White Cliffs of Dover. And I think it was such a positive, hopeful song. And it was for people leaving and coming back, and it still is today. And it just reminds me of that. It's a feeling of hope, and they're still here, and they're still a sign of hope for so many people. So, what a wonderful end to a wonderful trip.
There'll be bluebirds over the white cliffs of Dover tomorrow. Just you wait and see.
I've had a great time looking back on the splendid grand days out Helen and I have had together. And I've loved my time on the trains here in West Lothian. While Helen's had a well-deserved rest.
There you are. Oh, Helen, am I glad to see you. I know I said I love those trains, but you're always my favourite. What I really loved about the museum and the railway was that connection to the past. It was the memories that it conjured up. So, Helen, how about you and I make some more memories, yeah? Yeah, let's go.
Fingers crossed Helen and I have lots of fun adventures on land and sea in our future.